everybody. Welcome to the Anime Club. If you can please explain the lore of this game, that would be most definitely.
Please don't.
No. First of all, we do not need to explain the lore of this whole game.
Well, I want it.
Yeah, you can get that later.
You can get that from me later off script if you really want it.
Our first segment is recommendations these days in this chunk. So I'll start us off with saying that I think that Realm agrees with me on this, is that if you were in any way intrigued by this anime, you should go play the game.
Yeah.
And check out the Chinese T.H.E series, because it's definitely better than this. I've not seen it, but I know it is.
I can confirm that it has no connection to the actual game story. So if you're just looking for a fun slice of life, just characters fucking around, then this is great.
Personally, I don't really know of an anime I could suggest based off
86. Go watch 86.
Yeah, you want more dark.
If you want something with actual character development that kind of fits the theme of this, go watch 86.
I feel like you're besmirching the name of 86.
I'm being
the same set.
But it's the thing is that the principle stands here.
No, I get it. I'm just making a joke over how good 86 was and how shit this was.
Yeah. If you want an actual good war type story that has similar themes. And actually does the story good. Go watch 86. Just go watch 86. It's gonna give you a much better experience.
I had another recommendation and you started talking.
Is it Tanya?
No, it was not Tanya.
Tanya is another recommendation. Tanya is another.
I mean, I don't like Tanya, so I'm not recommending Tanya.
I'll recommend Tanya and this one as well. That's another recommendation. Basically, if you like any war themed animes, this could work here.
If you want to see an anime that does better job at paying off the super fighting robots that have to figure out whether or not they actually have emotions, go watch Vivi Florate's Ice Song.
There you go. That's one.
That's my recommendation for today.
If you like planes instead of guns, Area 88.
Cool.
All right, we all got a recommendation out there.
Except for Seki. You don't remember?
Girls in Panzer.
Girls in Panzer.
Yes,
okay,
yes.
That's
you drove that out of my head, and I was just sitting here. It's something to do with war. It's something to do with war. It's
Girls in Tanks.
Yep.
Girls und Panzer.
Yeah.
I personally thought that was much better.
Oh yeah. So that one there, another option.
Yeah.
There's that.
But
yeah.
I am going to prevent Realm from explaining the entire story of the game.
I don't want to explain the entire game story because it is so long and complicated.
Exactly. And Board can hear that later, and our viewers can go see it themselves. However, that does not mean that we cannot still talk about this shit.
Yeah. So, I mean, I guess it, otherwise, if we're not talking about the human characters specifically, at least as far as waifu wars go, my favorite one would probably be M16, which was the one with the eye patch.
I think I have, just in general, I have issues with animes that have gacha game aspects of large amounts of characters to pick from, because it just feels like I'm just being given a list of people, and because the list is ever increasing, you never really get to know any of them. It's kind of how I feel about the Fate Servants. So many are given to you that it's hard to form a connection with specific ones when you know that in the next anime there's going to be a completely different set of them because there are so many.
I mean, but couldn't you say the same about different Gundams that they're new cast every time?
No, exact same thing with Gundams. It's the same problem with it's the same problem with any anime that has a huge ensemble cast that keeps getting added to. Bleach has this problem, Naruto has this problem, One Piece has this problem. Sure, you have this core set, but there are so many characters added in the peripheral who are important over the course of the series and I will say, with those three, the series are so long that you get a lot of character context for all of them, but in a shorter series, you don't have that same length of time to get the knowledge of characters.
That's where I like, because I actually like the approach that you see Fate and Gundam take when they do that big expanded cast. Because if I don't care about a cast, I don't have to care about them. They'll be gone in the next entry anyways.
Yeah, but what if you could care about them if you were just given more time with them?
I don't know that anything can get me to care about Shinji all that much.
I don't know. More time with Archer got me to care about Archer. Or was that just better animation of his bulging muscles?
I think that was better animation of his bulging muscles.
Probably for you, honestly.
I don't know. I actually thought his character was much better after having seen him in UBW?
I'll say for Archer and UBW, it's kind of designed that way though, because Fate was that was the original Fate visual novel design. When you're looking at like adapting individual light novel series or making a brand new thing from scratch, typically they do try to keep those characters contained within that story.
But this isn't a light novel adaptation. This is a game adaptation.
No.
And I specifically did say gotcha at the beginning.
Yeah, I know.
I think they have like gotcha level ensemble casts.
I do recognize the ensemble cast issue.
Yeah,
though,
like for example, even if this kept going on, right, Realm?
Mm-hmm.
Even if this had kept getting syndicated, we would never be able to be introduced to every single character you can obtain in this game in detail, because basically it adapts every single version of every single gun that's ever been made into cute anime girls and a bunch of other shit. And so it's like so massively big that even if you like limited the amount of people you were introducing like at a certain point, it would just grow to be too much. Yeah. I think.
I have to imagine that in the game,
you know what? I think it would have been a better option if what they had done was they had picked like maybe 5 characters total and just gone with that.
So just stuck with our main cast.
Yeah, don't introduce anyone new.
So what you're saying is do what the FGO adaptations do and cut out all of the random extra characters that you summon in game.
Yeah. Cut out all of that. Just
cut out all of that.
Maybe have them in the background, but not actual characters.
Yeah, exactly.
Because this is a war anime. It would make sense to have background fighters. And
have background characters, but don't
introduce them in any significant capacity.
Yeah.
Like, can anyone remember anyone on that name of the team that was with the AR team in that final arc?
No. I mean,
yes, but only because I know the guns.
And I don't want to hear Rome because Rome's played the game.
Yeah. So I don't know. That's just my opinion. I think that in adapting this game in particular, it would have done them better not to adapt the game, but to pick a couple of characters and actually create a coherent anime-style story to run us through. Or you know what? Or just take one chapter and turn one chapter into a 12-episode anime and give more.
Right.
Like just create things to happen in the chapter, right? You don't have to just go boss fight to boss fight with grinding. You can like create situations and scenarios within this one singular chapter and one set of characters.
What I would have preferred them do is
like Babylonia.
Yeah. So, what I preferred them to have done is, like, yes, I agree, like, right there, like, just stick with the AR team as your main cast. But what I would have preferred them to do is stick to the initial chapter that they did start out with, which was Chapter 0. Mm-hmm. And Chapter 0 kind of sets up for a lot of the events that then take place after the fact.
But, yeah, so do that, but make it its own contained story just in case. Have an ending, right? An ending that leaves room for potential sequels, but does not leave you bereft of some sort of ending just in case it doesn't get a sequel. Like, be conservative. Yeah. I know that's a hard thing to ask, but just be...
Or really just...
Be Babylonia.
Be Babylonia.
Yeah, or really just...
So really what I'm saying is that I really like Babylonia.
Yeah.
I'm an idiot.
It's maybe instead of like having us see the commander, we'll just have commander actually as a unknown voice from the goddamn fucking radio.
Or literally they literally could have just done what they did in the T.H.E anime and just made them a giant wearing the same exact red suit and just have their face be a question mark.
I mean, come on, we have done that, so yeah, that would work.
Yeah. So that's an option, but I've got nothing else to say because otherwise then I'm just ranting about the game. And at that point...
Which is a totally fair thing to do, just somewhere else.
Yes, exactly.
Because I don't, like, you could do, like, an entire episode on this.
I could do an entire episode on this.
Realm's Guide to Girls' Frontline's Lore.
No.
Yes. No. Q&A session, Vorn versus Realm.
Oh, You know, so what? Okay, so this is like I know this is a slight tangent, but I'm not going to make it too long. So one game that I did play recently, or one gacha game that I did play recently, but I kind of stopped playing it. It was actually Blue Archive. What I like about that one is not only is there a main campaign story that you can follow, but you also actually get to have individual episodes with the actual characters that you have. So that way, it actually gives some personality to the characters that you actually have, and you can kind of at least like think about them in their little self-contained stories. And then obviously, like as you're going through the main campaign, there's his own separate thing. So I think that game actually does like the ensemble cast very well.
I'm about to commit blasphemy.
Yeah.
But you know how you could have adapted this if you wanted to cover like 4 chapters in one anime? Y'all remember Amagami SS where like every arc was like 3 episodes?
No.
Just do a series of 3 episode arcs.
No.
I mean, it probably would have
It would have
worked
been better.
than
It would have
this.
been better because then you would have at least had 3 episodes per chapter.
Yeah, I guess.
And you can be okay because of the way that you write stories, right? You have the introduction, the climax.
Okay,
and
I guess
ending.
actually that would have worked
Like,
a little bit.
It would have been fast, and you would have been moving a little bit fast. But if you had structured the story correctly, you could have gotten like an introduction, a build-up, and then a climax and kind of ending.
Actually,
episodes.
that kind of would have worked actually. Now thinking about it, since this would be divided up into chapters, and what they could have done specifically, since essentially how it works in the game for like the first like I think it's like 4 maybe 5 chapters. You're just focusing on rescuing one member of the AR team at a time. So that
so each one of those could have been a 3 episode arc.
Yeah.
And if there are 4 chapters like that, that's a 12 episode anime. Then you have the whole team.
Yep.
Season 2?
Yeah. Yeah. So that honestly could have been done, and that would have actually given some payoff and setup to the villains instead of just making them a typical goon.
Yep.
Yep.
So, yeah. I think that about covers it. I could ramble about this more if I wanted to, but I'm not going to.
All right, guys. Look forward to Vorn reacts to Girls Frontline coming never.
Oh shit! Wait, are we drawing or is it a person?
It's Realm's pick.
It's my pick this time
it's
around.
just your pick.
Yeah, it's just my pick this time around.
Realm, this is your chance at redemption.
All right. So I'm going to give you guys 2 options. So do you
give us 2 options? Just pick one.
That's how we end up with.
Just pick one.
Just do the coin flip right now for yourself, and then we'll
just pick
deal
one.
with
Just
it.
pick one. What do you want us to watch? Ignore knickknacks like redemption. Just pick something you want us to watch.
Okay.
Because I'm not going to have any mercy on you when you have to watch Fairy Tail again.
Okay. So since I'm already off to a bad start with this one, since this hat submission was mine, I'm going to go for my redemption arc in this one. I'm going to submit Beastars Season 1.
Okay.
Alright, so we will watch Beastars Season 1.
You want to watch the trailer before we go?
I've actually seen the trailer.
I have not.
And the first episode.
Haven't seen it.
I'll pause the recording and.
I've already watched both seasons. Yep.
Going.
All right, we just got done watching that 30-second trailer. It's a surprisingly short trailer.
Yes.
I couldn't find a longer version of it either, so I guess whatever. That said, this is a pretty critically acclaimed anime, so I have pretty high expectations of it, to be honest.
I mean, I don't know if Realm's trying to push his fetish on us, but seems good.
No, there's no fetish here.
Realm is a furry, confirmed.
That's going to be the butt end of this joke for me, and I'm never going to hear the end of it.
Oh, you're never going to hear the end of it.
I'm never going to hear the end
These
of it.
are literally just people in fursuits.
Yeah.
Fursonas. You're going to pick a waifu, and I'm going to be like, now we know your fursona preferences.
I'm gonna refuse to pick a waifu for this series.
I'm going to require you to pick a waifu for this series.
I'm going to decline your requirement.
Realm's like, I plead the 5th.
Yeah.
Furries already turned me off far enough. You gonna have to work hard to make me like this shit.
Warren's like, this better be a very good anime.
Yellow papa.
Thank you for watching, everybody. Please like, subscribe, write down a comment right there to see how much you goddamn hate this anime.
Everyone demand Vorn reacts to Girls Frontline.
I mean, if Realm or if Sekhmet is willing to
I'm
freaking
not.
put in the work.
I am not. Emphatically. Indelibly.
That's all we got to say, folks. Try harder, everyone.